this is going to be my stats video. It was long requested and I'm sorry I took some time off just to relax and enjoy my summer. But now I wanted to get into my stats because I didn't anticipate my college reactions video getting 14K views, so thank you so much for that. So I'm actually going to start off with some of the academic stats because that's what a lot of people are asking for. So SAT score, I chose to submit my SAT and I got a 1510. This was a super score, and after taking the test a couple of times, I thought, why not go ahead and submit this for the application cycle. And my subscores were a 780 in reading and writing and 730 in math. And math was weaker for me, so that was the best score I got, but reading and writing are my strong suits, so I was happy with that score. And then now my AP scores. My school did not offer a lot of APs, so I think I took 9 out of the 12 APs offered. I wasn't a fan of the other 3 APs offered, so I decided to just take the 9. And I'm actually going to start with my scores in 2021. So these 2 APs I took online. It was very tough. It was 9th grade, and I was like, oh my god, my first APs I'm taking online. So I was definitely apprehensive about that, but it turned out pretty well. So AP Human Geography, I got a 5, and then AP Environmental Science, I got a 4. This was in 9th grade, and then in 2022, I took AP English Language and Composition and AP World History, and I got 5s on both of them. And then in 2023, this was crazy. I took 5 AP exams. Definitely do not recommend. So I got a 5 in AP United States Government and Politics, a 4 in AP Psychology, a 5 in AP Macroeconomics, a 5 in AP English Literature and Composition, and a 4 in AP Biology. So 6 5s, 3 4s, definitely happy about that. And now I'm gonna go ahead with some of my classes. I'm gonna do a class list of what I took from 9th through 12th. So 9th grade year, to preface, I went to a art school, a performing arts school, and I was a theater major. So some of my classes it won't be found in regular schools. Mine was a magnet high school. So my freshman year, I took AP Human Geography. I took English Honors 1, Algebra 2 Honors, AP Environmental Science, Biology 1 Honors, Acting 1 Honors, Vocal Tech 1 Honors, Critical Thinking Skills, I don't remember what that was, but it was a class, I guess, and then Semantics. So that was my 9th grade high school schedule. I also did dual enrollment and graduated with my associate's degree, but I will do that later separately, my class list for the dual degree, associate's degree. 10th grade, my class list was as follows: AP World History, AP English Composition, English Honors 2, Pre-Calculus Honors, Chemistry 1 Honors, Acting 2, Chorus 2, Dance Techniques 2, and AP Psychology. 11th grade, I took AP US Government, AP English Literature, AP Bio, ACE Drama, Keyboard, Music Theater 1, Music Theater 2, Music World, it was an FLVS class, AP Macroeconomics, and AP Psych. And then in 12th grade, I took Acting 4 Honors, Intro to Tech Theater, Music Theater 3, Music Theater 4, Theater Cinema and Film Production, Theater Directing and Stage Management 1, and Principles of Entrepreneurship. And now I'm gonna go ahead and get into the college courses I took. So I got my associate's degree at the Hillsborough Community College, and it's like a local community college. And I decided I wanted to focus my college credits on more business-oriented courses because I wanted to see if I truly enjoyed business, and that's what I wanted to pursue in college. So in 9th grade, I started in the summer of 2021. I took Introduction to Computers and Technology. Introduction to Philosophy was my favorite course, and College Algebra. And then the fall of 2021, 10th grade, I took this mandatory class called First Year Experience. The spring of 2022, also in 10th grade, I took Early American History and Modern American History, which kind of combined to satisfy AP US History. It was an equivalent to AP US History. And then I took Introduction to Sociology. The summer of 2022, I took Business Law 1. I really enjoyed that class as well. Biology 1, Cellular Processes, Biology 1, Cellular Processes Lab. Did not like biology. 11th grade, I took a break in the fall because I wanted to kind of start getting ready for the SAT and kind of put my headspace towards that. So then spring of 11th grade, I took Introduction to Music, Public Speaking, and Business Law 2. And then the summer of 2023, I took Astronomy, Introduction to Entrepreneurship, and Elementary Statistics. And 12th grade, fall of 2023, I took Principles of Management and Introduction to International Business Essentials. And lastly, in the spring of 2024, I took Connections, which was another mandatory course. And to satisfy all the associate's degree requirements, I did submit some AP scores, which fulfilled some of those requirements. And I never mentioned my GPA. So I have a 4.0 unweighted GPA, and then my weighted GPA, I gotta pull that up, I can't remember. Okay. My unweighted GPA, as I mentioned, was a 4.0, and at the time of submitting, I had a 7.68 weighted GPA, and I was number 1 valedictorian out of a graduating class size of 165. And being valedictorian was something I had worked for starting from 9th grade. I had a goal, I wanted to be valedictorian, and I just maintained it. And because my middle school was actually pretty competitive, I took a lot of high school classes in middle school. So as I entered 9th grade, I was number 1 already. So I just had to maintain that rank throughout the 4 years. And it was something I was really proud of, and it definitely did help me in the college application process. It gave me that rigor and aspiration to succeed. So those are the more academic statistics. But now I want to get into something I believe is equally important. It's the extracurriculars. So I want to start with how I actually want to start with the UC application and how I ranked some of my extracurriculars, so that gives more clarification, because I know the UC applications are really hard to crack. And I think for my UC apps, I didn't even submit my SAT score, so all they saw was my extracurriculars, showing you how important your essays and ECs are. So the thing that I put as number 1, I put this on my Common App as number 1 as well, is my nonprofit, the Sahana Music Foundation. And this is something that I started, I think, in the summer of 9th grade. And essentially my mission of my nonprofit was to educate children and older adults on how to utilize music as a therapeutic medium. So I did a lot of workshops throughout my city, Tampa, and I also did like this 2-month-long trip in India. When I went to go visit my grandma, I decided to go to some local orphanages and retirement homes and do some workshops and sing with the members of those homes. And this was definitely something that was very gratifying, and it helped me earn over 320 hours of community service. And I spent a lot of time dedicating myself to this nonprofit. I even have a website, and I'm actually doing an upcoming event on August 7th. So this is something that has been running for 4 years. And I even did this large concert back in May and raised over, I think about $4,000 for my continued events throughout the year. So that was pretty amazing. So that's how I kind of described it in my UC and Common App. Something that I mentioned is using numbers to quantify the impact of my nonprofit. So for example, I wrote, conducted interactive wellness programs combining valuable science-based tips with song for 500 plus throughout Tampa and India. Something else, I taught Western and Indian music to 50 plus in the Tampa region. So quantifying it like that probably gave the admissions officers a little more of a view into how much my work was impacting other people. And for this work, I also received the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award, but I will get into awards a little bit later. So the next thing that I put was I'm a Western classical vocalist. So this is a big part of my application. My application was centered around music. I made that a concrete theme in all of my college applications. And again, I tried to quantify it as much as possible. So I wrote, I trained for 12 years. I performed at the Musikverein in Austria. I was a second place winner at the Charleston International Competition. And I was an all-state and all-county choir member for 5+ years. So this was also more of a time commitment. I used to practice about 1 to 2 hours every single day. And my next extracurricular activity was Indian classical vocalist. So this was something I started when I was 3 years old. My mom's a music teacher. She was my first music teacher. So I trained for 14 years. I'm proficient in singing in more than 5 languages. I was recognized by composer Deva. He's an Indian film composer. I was a 7-time winner at the Federation of India's, it's a local group's vocal competitions. And then I mentioned my 2-hour fundraiser concert that I conducted in May. And my other extracurricular activity was being an International Thespian Society member and doing theater. So I did a lot of lead and supporting roles, also ensemble roles, and I received superiors in many district thespian events. So my next extracurricular activity, was Vice President and Public Relations Officer of Student Government. So this was a big time commitment that I definitely wanted to mention in my UC and Common App applications. I know UCs really value community and school impact, and this was something that was very important to me as well. So this is something I did in 9th, 10th, and 11th. I took a break in 12th grade. So I again tried to quantify the impact of my role. So one of the things I mentioned was I led a Yellow Jacket Festival for more than 1,000 students, and we were the first board to establish this festival. And we sold over 800 plus HOCO tickets, homecoming tickets. And this was actually a very big achievement for our school because after COVID, student government practically did not exist. So I was part of the board that reestablished student government and its importance. So this was a big extracurricular for me. And then another extracurricular I did was I was an administrative intern for a local college, USF's Performing Arts Medicine Collaborative. And this was a very, very unique EC that I did because it really opened my eyes to how much performing arts is evolving. And I didn't even know this performing arts medicine existed. I always knew that performers suffered from anxiety, stage fright, physical health problems, but I didn't know it was something that was kind of recognized as a formal group. And this was an eye-opening experience because there were therapists, performers, professors all coming together to do this workshop and kind of share research with each other, do presentations about performing arts medicine and how unexplored of a field it is. So I did a lot of desk duties, I participated in discussion on this research, and I contributed my perspective as a high school performer, and I was the only high school intern, so it was very, very exciting for the professors to kind of let me in on their group. And I aspire to join the New York chapter as well when I go off to NYU. So the next EC I did it was kind of more of a less important EC just because I didn't spend as much time on it, but I just felt need to mention it. So I was the secretary for a local Indian group called the Federation of India, and they do a lot of events, performance events, cultural events. So I was an MC for this foundation. I was also a judge for the vocal competitions. I organized 2 annual events with the other people of the board, and these events were attended by 600 plus people. And yeah, that was that. And then my other EC, I was the secretary of Best Buddies, which is a nonprofit organization. I'm sure many of you know what Best Buddies is, but essentially it aims to create one-to-one friendships and provide mentorship and guidance to those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So for these, I ran monthly meetings with the board. We led holiday events. We did games and arts and crafts events with students. So it definitely aligned with my values. And my next EC, this is quite a common EC, but I just felt the need to mention it because it did take up some time of my days. So I was the my school's National Honor Society's vice president and member. So this club was practically like non-existent, and it took a lot of work to really bring back the club because this club is usually one of the more popular clubs at other high schools, but for some reason at my high school it wasn't. So you know, a lot of our focus as a board was to recruit members and to revive the diminishing presence of the club. So we increased membership in the club to 50 plus. It's not substantial, but it definitely is an increase. And we did food drives and tried to come up with other fundraising ideas. And my next EC I am an Indian classical dancer. I was trained for 14 years and I completed a full margam, meaning course. So I started when I was around 4 and I learned all the dances and technically graduated. So in that I won a lot of competitions with my dance group and performed at more than 15 venues. So those were most of my ECs. Now I actually want to move on to awards. So I'm gonna switch to my Common App now because I think they only give you an ability to mention 5 honors. So I wanted to show what I put of more importance in this. So okay. For my first honor, I mentioned this earlier, I received the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award in recognition for the Sahana Music Foundation's community impact. So this was an award given by the Florida Holocaust Museum located in St. Petersburg. So I actually never applied for this award. One of my teachers nominated me after hearing about some of the volunteer work I did, and it was quite a surprise that I won the award. So that was something that was very important to me, so I decided to rank it as honor 1. And then honor 2 I put was, I think I also mentioned this, I was the 2nd place vocal performer in the 18th century category at the Charleston International Music Competition. And my 3rd honor I put was, I was one of 40 members of an international choir at the prestigious Musikverein in Vienna, Austria. My 4th honor was International Thespian Society's highest honors at district level for 3 events and receiving the Honor Thespian Award. My 5th honor, because I couldn't mention this in my activities list because I had already filled out all 10 required activities, so I put this in my honors list, but I was the National Honor Society Vice President. That was like a clever way I found I could place that in because I didn't have any space in my activities list. I want to switch over to my UC because I think they did allow me to add a couple more awards. So this is an award that a lot of people win, but I just put it. I got the AP Scholar with Distinction Award because I received a lot of 4s and 5s. I won, let's see, I think I might have mentioned everything. Let me just go through this one more time. Oh, okay. I won a distinction from Saptami, this Indian classical competition, and I was a global finalist with special mention. This was a big online competition with kids all around the world submitting videos and auditioning in front of judges, and I had to learn 3 songs and perform them. And then if you guys want, I'm more than happy to do some specific college-based videos. Someone was asking me about the UC Berkeley application because I was a part of the first group to get into the Haas School of Business right out of high school. So I'd love to provide some information on this application process because it was it had a video component and essay component. So that's definitely something I can elaborate further on. If you guys would like more videos on my college application process, please let me know because I'd love to make another video on my college audition process because I did audition for about, I think, 6 or 7 music schools, and I flew to the schools. I did in-person auditions, so I definitely love to provide more information on that, and I can also provide the specifics of my NYU application and UC Berkeley application. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you stick around to see more content because I definitely want to start an NYU series about me moving in. And I do have an upcoming vlog about my Canada trip. And I love silent vlogs. I'm an avid watcher of Tracy and other silent YouTubers. So let me know if you want more content. Bye!